Hello, I am about to do a tarot card reading for someone who is very, very special to me. I haven't seen this particular friend in several months, and I know that there have been different changes and things happening in her life, and so I felt comfortable providing her with a reading since there's been a little bit of space and I'm not really sure what the current events are for her in her life right now. So I want to disclose that. I'm also disclosing that this video will be posted as a public video and offered as an example of my work and my offerings as a tarot card reader. I will not be using her real name. I should probably come up with a nickname for her. How about, I don't know, maybe I'll come up with something as we go. I wonder if there's a name she wished she had, but doesn't have. I don't know. But I don't want to reveal her real name. She did give me consent to do this reading and use it as an example. So I'm hoping that I get a great reading for her. There's no way to plan these things, right? And even if I could, I wouldn't want to. Let's see. Right now I'm just opening my computer. I have this amazing deck of cards that I got from a company called Labyrinthos, and the deck is named the Golden Thread. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at these cards. Like, here, this is the Queen of Swords. Look how beautiful that is, right? Queen of Swords, you can see that she's holding a sword in one of her hands. Just beautiful. It's very glistening and kind of glimmers. This is the back of the deck. It's like a metallic. The cards are like a thin card stack. I'm not an affiliate of theirs, but I would really like to be, because I love these cards. They're just beautiful, and I never really was that into tarot cards, but when I found this deck, and I found them as the first way that I saw this deck was, it was a picture on a friend's page, and I knew the moment I saw them, oh my goodness, love those cards. I love black and gold anyway, as most of you probably know. It is the colors to my business. The reason why I chose black and gold, I'm just logging into my laptop right now. I apologize. The reason that I chose black and gold was because, is my caps lock on? No, okay. Was because I really feel that, first off, I love the color black. Unlike most people, I feel like black is one of the most amazing and beautiful colors. It represents infinite possibility. It's a clean slate where you can splash any color you want. You can do anything you want. And gold I like for a number of reasons. Gold, more recently, is the color of childhood cancer awareness. So of course I love it for that reason, because I want to raise awareness. But even more than that, it's just such a light. And with the black and the gold, it's like light in the darkness. Just a little splash of brightness. So I like it a lot. So these cards really just sort of came right out to me, and I love them. And right now I'm just going to log into the platform for these cards. They're just such beautiful cards, and one of the things that I like to do is refer back to the original artist of each particular deck, because I really feel that the reason why people create tarot cards, I believe, is they feel moved to do so. They feel moved to the order and the synchronicity of these decks, the way that they're geometrical and very system oriented. Each card has its own meaning. Each suit has its own meaning. Each number has its own meaning. So within each suit, you have the order, right? And that order represents a different stage of that particular element in your life. It's really quite interesting and fun. I think it's fun. You can only put into this what it's worth to you. So cards are very forgiving, and they listen to the energy. That's what I think, right? So no, I don't think that they have like their own, embodiment or whatever, but they They speak to the energy, the interpretation and the energy that the reader and the sitter have combined helps to build the meaning of the cards. I prefer doing cards without the sitter present because oftentimes the sitter can step in the way of the flow of the reading. And that's just my opinion. Most readers will sit with the sitter and do the cards and look for that feedback with each card, but I don't find that necessary for me. So I almost always will record a video just like the one you're about to watch and give you a rundown of each card that gets pulled. So I then upload the video to YouTube as I am this one. Typically it's marked as unlisted and only the sitter gets the link. With this particular reading, I have my sitter's permission to use it as a public video and demonstration on how I do cards and the way that it unfolds. So thank you to my sitter, who is such a beautiful and generous person, for allowing me to do this. So thank you. You know who you are. All right, let's get started on this reading. So as you see, I'm just kind of shuffling this deck nonchalantly. I'm not really paying attention. I'm not really putting any intention on it. I'm just kind of doing my thing right now. I do incorporate some other things sometimes too. I have a bowl of crystals here that I like to use at different times, and I have a pendulum that I also like to use. The pendulum is something I can work with solely, the pendulum, or the pendulum and cards together. And sometimes I'll just ask the person's heart, in my soul, is this person open and willing to receive this reading right now? And like, I'm getting a yes for that. I don't know if you can see this spinning. I don't really want to move too much because I don't want to mess it up, but I can see on the camera it looks a little different than it looks up front. But so I'm getting a yes. My sitter is open and willing to receive this reading. Does my sitter have a specific interest in this reading? And it's saying no. Now my sitter might actually have a specific interest in this reading, but my energy has a wide range of what that would mean. So now I'm going to say, is my sitter open to what the universe would have her know? And I'm getting a yes. So versus a specific narrowed down interest, we can do a reading regarding whatever the universe would have her know. So if you're watching this, my friend, this is what you're getting, a general reading of whatever the universe would have you know. Okay? And I almost feel like my sitter needs maybe a little bit of protection. I feel like my sitter needs some protection. I don't know why that is. Again, I haven't actually been connecting with her over the past few months, so I don't know what's happening in her life. Since I want to say it might even be March. I'm honestly not sure what's going on for her right now, but I'm getting this protection stone, which I'm going to set on the table in front of me. Protection. Is there anything else? What else? Now, I've picked up both my large quartz and this little piece and this little piece, and you notice if you look at these, look at how clear that is. See how clear that quartz is, right? And then we have this one, which is a little bit more cloudy. And then I have this one, which actually has some blue marks on it, which I've left because one of my children put that on there, and it feels like it should be there to me. So I have this one, which is not tumbled. It's a very rough quartz. And what I'm actually feeling like is like I need this clear one. And I feel like the reason that we need this clear quartz right now is to not only So this has to do with clarity. So she needs clarity, and she also needs to bolster that protection. And now I'm feeling like, I feel like that's it. So that's it for the crystals right now. And I don't always incorporate crystals, but I'm definitely feeling the need to do that right now. And I'm like 10 minutes into the video, so I'm sorry that this is taking a little time, but I want to make sure that I get this reading clear and offering her my best work. So I'm just being quiet and listening. I just feel very strongly that there's like perhaps a little bit of a disconnect happening for her at the moment, and maybe she needs some grounding. You need grounding, my friend. You need grounding. Let's ground you with this rock here. This is beautiful. Look at this. I don't know what this is, but this is what I'm feeling like. It's a very rough rock, but it's absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure what this is, but this is going to ground you in this reading. When you're reading this or watching this video, this is going to ground you. So I'm going to put this with my crystals as well. And I feel like that's about right. And I'm going to throw some vetiver on this. Putting some vetiver on that rock. I don't know why, but I just felt like I needed to do that. Some vetiver. Protection for all of us. Vetiver is an amazing oil. I love it. Just rubbing a little. Okay. That's it. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. All right, my friends. Beautiful woman, generous heart, creative, inspiring, hardworking, adventurous. Let's see what we got for you today. Let's see. How many cards does Lori need? Let's go with that first. How many cards do we all need? How many cards do we all need? I'm gonna write this down. Okay. So we're doing 6. We're doing 6 cards. I'm just thinking in my mind. I'm letting this guidance come. 6 cards. Okay. So we want to put intentions on each card. Card 1. What you need to heal. You feel wounded by something. What you need to heal. 2. What you need to face? No, not 6. 7. 9. We're doing 9 cards. 9 is my number. I don't know why 6 popped up, but we're doing 7. What you need to heal, what you need to face, which could also mean resolve. I feel like that's also resolve. What needs to die or be removed or let go of, released. So releasing and resolving are two different things. Resolving is sorting through and fixing it, and releasing is literally the letting go without worrying about fixing it, without worrying about repairing or improving or decorating it. None of that crap, okay? You just release is to let it go. 4. The current problem or the current focus, problem, challenge, whatever, however way you want to say that. 5 is going to be what helps with that, the outcome of it. 7, 8, 9. 9 is going to be your token for the rest of this year. That's what I'm getting. 8 is going to be where you're lifted to, what you're going to rise up to, okay? Rise up to, which means not a goal so much, but the potential of the advancement from this problem to where your state will be. And 7 is going to be how to, what? Okay, so 6 is the outcome. What helps you or supports you? That's 5, 6, 7. 7 is, what is 7? I'm not getting a 7. Why am I not getting a 7? I got an 8 and I got a 9, but I don't have a 7. Okay. A repackaging and unboxing. I'm hearing like unboxing. So your new set, your new skills. Is that right? That's right. New skills is right. Okay. That's going to be the overall layout, and we can change it as we go. Like if I get something else, or if I feel moved to say something else, and you know what? I'm getting like this itchy. I always get this itchiness somewhere or other. And I know other people that have that thing too. And that just means that like your first card just tucked right over in the deck. So we are going to, okay, what you need to heal is right here, the Emperor. The Emperor, okay? So I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to do this reading all at once. First, I'm going to pull out your cards, and then we're going to read them all. The next thing is what you have to face. What you have to face. What you have to face. What did we get? The sun. Look at how gorgeous that is. So I can tell you right off the bat. Do you see this? This is the sun. And what this is telling me is that you have to face the sun. See how the sun has this eye? Now, without reading the description of the card, because most of what I do comes from my own sort of interpretation, do you see how there's a reaching from the earth upward to the sun, and the sun has an eye? And look at these beautiful rays coming off of it. You are already alit with knowledge. You need to heal the idea that you're stuck down below where you belong, and you need to lift yourself. Keep your eye on the sun, lift yourself to the sun, heal the idea that you're stuck, heal the idea that you're powerless, and that you are deeply set on the earth. You are not. You are an outriser, an overcomer, and you are a woman of victory. Let's keep going. I'll read these afterwards, like I said, but I just wanted to mention that. So, heal. Oh, that was face and resolve, actually. I'm saying heal, but I think it goes along with that as well. Like to heal that idea that you're stuck, or resolve the idea that you're stuck, and allow yourself to outstretch and reach up and outward and to what is good. Like you don't need to be stuck where you know you don't belong. That's the feeling that I'm getting. But we're gonna read the meaning as well. Okay, the next thing is what needs to die for you, what needs to be released and just sent away. Okay, so let's see what do we got. Okay, so we have, that's so beautiful. I'm always floored by these cards. I just love them. The Four of Wands. Now notice that this is a being behind a wall, and these wands are out in front, and like this is just mind-blowing to me. See that? Of the Four of Wands. Wands is we'll get to it. Okay, current, what you need to focus on right now to get the highest good of all concerned reconciled within you, right? So your focus, your challenge, what you need to just, okay, here's where I'm at. This is what I'm going to focus on. This is what I'm going to do so that I can continue onward with what's right for me. Here it is. And we've got is that 21? Yep. 21. Oh, it's the world. What am I thinking? This is the world. Are you kidding me? The world. Is that gorgeous or what? We oftentimes think of the world as being something outside of us and separate from us, but in reality, you are the world. You are everything. Everything that the universe is made up of, you are also made up of. You are a perfect, balanced, incredible human being with the potential of the entire universe. The world is amazing, and your potential exceeds the world. Focus on that. that there's nothing in your way. You are brave, you are strong. You know what's right. You know what's right in your heart. You don't need anything or anyone to give you anything because you already have it. What you need are, okay, yeah, so you have to be surrounded by those people who support the highest good for you and who are aligned and lifting the purpose for you. That's what this feels like for me. That's what this card feels like for me. Okay, so number 5 is help and support, and that is the Hierophant. Very interesting. Oh, I can't wait to get to the meanings from the book. This is very cool. Okay, some of them I can't resist but just spill on, but so that's where your support's going to come from, the Hierophant, or that mentality. That doesn't mean that there's an actual entity. Okay, the next card is the Outcome. The Outcome. What do we got? Ooh, Lovers. Lovers. When we see the Lovers card, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll find like your partner or the perfect mate or that you need to reconcile a relationship. Sometimes what it means is to be madly and deeply in love with what is, and to understand that love is infinite and boundless and it doesn't belong hindered, right? So that's your outcome. Your outcome is to fall in love with yourself all over again. And or a partnership. It could be either of them. And your new skill is the Swords. This is the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. That's a lot of progress. Remember earlier, didn't we have the Swords earlier? When I do these cards, I don't always remember each thing. Let's see. No, we had the Wands earlier. That's right. We had the Wands earlier. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Swords. That's progress. That means progress. And that's your new skills and what you're going to rise up to. You're going to rise up. Let's see what this is. So exciting. Rising up to, what is that? 8 of Wands. Very cool. So you have 2 8s in here so far. 8s, that's quite the little, And this is your token. This is your guidepost for the remainder of the year. So for the next 6 months plus, right? Let's see, all of July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, next 6 months. This is your guidepost. You ready for this? Here you go, my friend. Death. Ooh, Death. Death is the best card in the deck. And here's why. Because this signifies that your old beliefs and things that are worn out are gone. This does not represent a physical death. This represents a death of all that no longer serves you. And that's a good thing. So for the rest of this year, you'll be surrendering the old beliefs and things that do not serve you. You're just going to be letting it go, like decluttering and getting ready for the new life that's on its way to you each and every day. So you're surrender. This is beautiful. I love that. All right. Are you ready? So don't forget, we've got our protection right here. Clarity and boosting protection and feeling grounded and rooted in yourself. Okay, that's that. And now we're gonna get into this reading. I do check, like I said, I do always check with the maker of the cards because I feel like their motivation for doing these cards is so important. All right, so let's go to the Emperor. Hold on one moment. Okay. My computer is like waking up slowly. I have a bunch of stuff on there for work-related things that are outside of my business. So it's kind of dogging a little bit. One thing I can tell you about this is that, so the Emperor is what you have to heal. And clearly the Emperor is a masculine energy card. Masculine energy doesn't mean it's a man. It just means those things of masculine nature, right? Maybe a father or whatever. Okay, here it is. So this card is about control as well. Let me see. It's all about control when it comes to the Emperor. For this card means authority, regulation, organization, and fatherliness. The Emperor represents strategic thinker who sets out plans that he must see through. He is a symbol of the masculine principle, the paternal figure in life that gives structure, creates rules and systems, and imparts knowledge. Where the Empress's desire for her kingdom is to create happiness, the Emperor desires to foster honor and discipline. I'm just having all of these things flooding my mind right now. He's firm. He calls out for the crown. He is a ruler, and he understands that to reign is also to serve, and he's rational according to what is for the greater good of the kingdom. That's in its optimal form, but right now I'm getting something a little bit different. So I feel like this is going to have two sides of the coin for you. One is that whatever was in your life that provided control and a sense of discipline and authority, whatever that is, it's okay to release that, but then it's up to you to then be your own authority. It's okay for you to take the reins and be your own authority and set goals and meet the goals. Let me see if it says anything about goals actually. So yeah, it's time. It's basically saying to pursue your goals similar to the fashion that an emperor would, methodically and strategically. So you need to use methods, you need to use strategy, you need to take up the next level of power in your life and harness it. So because when we decided what your cards were each going to mean, and this card is about healing, I'm going to suggest that you heal the idea that you need outside influence for control, strategy, methods, and discipline. Take up the reins for yourself and be as strong as you can with them and exercise those same qualities in your life. So be strategic, use methods, put your emotions aside. Don't lead with your feelings, lead with your logic in terms of whatever is presenting itself right now in your life. And I know that you can do that because you're strong. So I hope this helps you understand what to heal. What to heal is surrendering your power over, and the way that you're going to heal it is by taking control and being logical and strategic in the way that you do that. Okay? Cool. I hope that makes sense for you. And your next card is what you need to face. And I remember that was the sun. Let's see. I know you had the sun card. I hope that you're enjoying this beautiful weather. It is July at the time of this reading, July 4th, so happy Independence Day for anyone seeing this right now. Okay. The sun, here comes the sun, and I say. All right, the sun, the meaning of the sun is obviously the light, right? The light. I just feel like this card to me for you, which was what you have to face, what you have to resolve. To me, it's about trusting. I have like ink on my hand, sorry. Trusting the process, reaching up, knowing that you're not stuck, that there's so much light and abundance coming to you, for you, and forth you. All right, so the sun. Okay, I've got this open, and this card shows that you have a significant sense of deserved confidence right now, which really follows nicely with the Emperor, which is all about confidence, right? Let's see. life is currently particularly good and the sun is shining your way as you reach the goals that you set. The sun is one of the cards in the tarot which provides nothing but good feelings and fulfillment. So what you have to face is that things might be better than they appear. This is lighting the way for you. You are saturated in love and light and protection. That's what I'm getting. I hope that makes sense. Let's see if it. So it's going to give you strength, vitality, taking the raise. There's joy and happiness is on its way. Joy and happiness. Next card is the Wands. It's the Four of Wands. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's the Nine of Wands. I was saying 4. This is the Nine of Wands. That's what happens when I'm looking at it reversed. Plus, that's an X. That is not a 5. That's an X. So this is the Nine of Wands. My apologies. The Nine of Wands. That's pretty amazing too. Nine of Wands. Hold on one moment. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that little interruption. Did you see my bathing suit bottoms? They're like bright orange when I got up. Huh. Oh, let's see. Okay. Alrighty. Nine of Wands. It's like so hot out here today. Where was I? Nine of Wands. Sorry about that interruption. So Wands always represents fire. It's the suit of fire. And fire has to do with your willpower, passion, inspiration, things like that. Every time you see Wands, it's fire, it's passion. So, and with it being the 9, where's my 9? So 9 usually has to do with, I want to say it's like perseverance. Let's double check that. The Nine of Wands is a card that symbolizes great hope, even when one is faced with a lot of problems that threaten to make them lose their balance. The Nine of Wands symbolizes one's life, which has undergone too many trials, but through their determination and will, they're able to overcome them. Get it? This is what you have to release. So, I feel like you have to overcome the idea that your struggles are bigger than you are. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Overcome the idea that your struggles are bigger than you. Overcome that. So, the Nine of Wands can mean that you have felt betrayed or have become mistrustful toward others. This may be because of something that's happened a number of times and might on the first glance seem hopeless. But there is hope and courage here, and the belief that this outlook is about to change. Someone or something may come into your life that will change your whole view of your past struggles. It encourages one to take the risky move because you might be surprised. I don't know. I have a lot of feelings about this card. You need to release the idea that what perhaps has made you feel strong and resilient has been false to some degree, and it's time to overcome those ideals and outrise them. That's what I'm getting from this. It's about overcoming and the belief that you already have the strength that you need and that you are an entirely whole person on your own. You don't require anyone else's approval or validation, that you are an amazing being, okay? That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm truly getting. So release the idea that you're hinged to anyone else. Release the idea that you cannot do this on your own. Release the idea that betrayal has even existed. No, you are a whole unit. You are dependent on the whole world, which means yourself, and everything you need is accessible deeply within you. There's nothing outside of you that can define you, only support you. All right? And that's what you're going to surround yourself with, those things that support you. All right, so next up, help and support. Or no, I'm sorry. That was actually what you need to release. Okay, so your current focus and challenge. Remember that just brought right into the next card, which is totally amazing. The World, which is your current focus and challenge. I'm going to repeat what I just said about that card. You are only dependent on the world, and the world is within you. You are made of everything that the world is made of. Nothing more, nothing less. That's it. The universe is who you are. You are the universe. You are made of starseed. You are what makes volcanoes erupt and waves wave and trees bloom. You are exactly that amazing, dynamic miracle. Bottom line. But let's see what the computer has to say about it. This is where your current focus is. Okay, the World. Scrolling. It takes time for this computer to get all around. The World is also the highest card in the major arcana. So it starts out. So the major arcana, just so you know, is the big group of. It's very archetypal, and it starts out at the Fool and it ends at the World. So if that tells you anything, the Fool being brand new and unaware and able to take in all the things and need all the information and be bright and open book and like a blank slate, and it goes from there to the Magician, to the Priestess and Emperor, and like it all, like, you know, it all goes up. There's the Hermit, and there's this whole wave that it goes up, and the very highest card is the World. Oops, I clicked on the wrong one. One moment. Okay, the World. Here we go. Again, I mean, is this card not just the most beautiful thing in the world? I love it. All right. So, to encounter the World in your cards is to encounter a great unity and wholeness. The meaning of the World card is fulfillment, achievement, and completion. And this is where your focus is, right? So this shows that all the efforts that you have been putting in place are starting to pay off. Make sense? I hope that makes sense. I need to plug my phone in. If I can find the other end, that would be great. Let's see. I need to plug this in so we don't go dead. Sorry, guys. We're only human. Okay. The meaning of the World card is fulfillment, achievement, and completion. There is a recognition that the individual self is profoundly linked with all other things, and that we all dance and sway along the flow of life to one rhythm. Not only do you hear this rhythm, but you participate in it, following the dips and the rises, the joys and the sorrows. I don't even know what to say. Like, yes, you are completely connected. Yes, you are a divine creation. Yes, you have the power of the universe right inside you. That's it. That's your focus, to understand how grand and infinite and amazing and beautiful you really and truly are. That's it. That's it. That's a beautiful card, especially to have it in the middle of your reading under under what is your focus. Your focus is the magnificence of you. And don't mistake that with being ego or conceited. It's not. It's the acceptance that you are a perfect, worthy human being. It doesn't make you greater or less than anyone. It makes you beyond equal, because there's no such thing as equality in a world where nothing is compared. We are just one amazing, beautiful unit, and you are that. Congratulations. Okay. I love that card so much. Can you tell? All right, next card is, so that was your focus. The next card is what helps you or supports you, and we have the Hierophant. So let's not mistake what the meaning of help is, because sometimes help is not what makes us feel like we had our pillows fluffed. Sometimes what helps is the understanding of boundaries and having someone set them, or something along those lines. So the Hierophant is another somewhat masculine card, and here you can see that there is a man. He looks like he might be a priest, and he has two what looks like women, possibly with habits, or perhaps they're Catholic, looking on. What one might see here is a high priest, a sacred text, and two female followers, right? That's what I can see. So I feel like this is about really getting in touch with your moral code and understanding that your moral code, while you can redefine, redesign, and recreate that at any point in time throughout your entire life, because it's your life and you have a right to live it whatever way you so choose, to stay true to what's good for you. Popularity speaking, this is about following social, I think it's, is that what it is? Hold on. Social structures and well-established laws and rules, but I'm going to bring that down and personalize it for you. You know on the inside whether or not something is right or wrong for who you are, for your relationship with your highest good. Only you know the truth about what that means. Follow it. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to your karmic debt. Stay true to what really, really feels good for you. And it's not going to matter. Like, it's not going to matter what it is. You can be anything you want to be. And it I'm going outside the box here with this, but I'm telling you, you could have, 9 friends, and 3 of them will judge you because you, eat meat. And the other 3 will judge you because you don't eat meat. And then the other 3 are going to be like, I don't give a shit if you eat meat. So what do you want? What is your moral code? Like, who are you? Because no matter where you are or where you go, someone's going to approve, someone's not going to approve. These social structures can be thrown out the freaking window. Get real with yourself. Get truly in touch with yourself. Love on yourself every single day. Get a journal, whatever it takes. Follow the constructs of your inner compass and your divine purpose and your divine compass. Like which way is right? That's your decision. And if you need support and validation from those around you, then who you need to seek out for that will come to you. If just give that prayer out. I give gratitude to all that is for the supportive people that are in my life today and showing up. Like, you don't deserve to live isolated in one or more areas of your life because perhaps you have alternative ways of thinking. Whether you are single or married or otherwise, if you are a homeschool mom, if you, like, especially for parents these days, right? Like, you get a lot of judgment no matter what you do. As a woman, you get a lot of judgment no matter what you do. One person is going to think you need to be independent, you need to be hardworking, you need to stand on your own 2 feet. Well, another person is going to say, you should be married and monogamous and this and that, while another person is going to say, why be married? Be an independent. Like, there's a million different ideas out there about what's right and what isn't, but only you in your heart and soul knows what's right for you. I'm saying screw the social structures, get with what you yourself need it. And I almost said your name like 5,000 times during this because I really want to drive this home for you. You know what's right for you. You don't need anybody to tell you that you aren't okay. You need people who are going to love you and support you just the way you are. End of case. And if a person is not comfortable with this or that or something else, that's okay. That they don't need to be, and that doesn't mean that you don't have to be upset or angry or feel put out by them. Just understand that everyone has different boundaries, and there are more than enough people who are going to embrace you no matter what your life is like. So don't listen to any of the bullshit that might come your way regardless. Now I'm going to read the meaning. So the Hierophant card suggests that it's better for you to follow social structures which are established and have their own traditions. What did I just say about that? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I really don't. So this doesn't feel good to me for your reading today in this context. I feel like what helps and supports you is to be driven by your own moral code and seek out those people who are ready and willing to embrace and support you, no matter what that is. Don't get bullied. That's it. I don't know why I feel so strongly about this one, but I do. You might be involved in certain ceremonies, rituals, or other religious trappings, for example. When it comes to a tarot reading, this particular card is most commonly representative of institutions as well as their core values. This is a sign that shows that you need to conform to the already existing set of rules and situations which are fixed already. Fine, if they resonate with you, if they're aligned with you, if you are a Catholic woman and perhaps you have swayed from your Catholicism and you know that being Catholic is what is right for you, then return to that if that's what's right for you. If you're Christian, if you're Jewish, if you're Muslim, whatever it is, whatever is right for you, but that's gotta come from within your own soul. I'm done with that one. I hope that helps. All right, so let's see. Okay, the Lovers is the outcome. So, once you fix, I feel like you need to fix that shit, that one. Once you fix the idea that you are hinged on some belief outside of yourself, this is what's going to happen next. The Lovers. This is where you're going to find peace. And I feel like this piece is going to be a union between your higher self and lower self, a union between what your brain is telling you and what your soul is telling you, a union between all the parts of you that can come together and truly live a life that's fulfilling and loving and complete. I also feel like it could mean that something to do with a romantic relationship will be healed, or at least your mindset around it will be healed, okay? So let's see. The trust and the unity that lovers have gives each of them confidence and strength, empowering the other. Like, that's what I'm telling you is going to happen once you throw out the external noise and get tuned into the inside of you. A lot of this has to do, like, I feel like a lot of your reading today really has to do with getting aligned, getting back to the roots of who you really are. I feel like a lot of the readings that I do speak to that. So, yeah, like this is important for you right now. Okay. Another meaning behind the Lover's card is the concept of choice, a choice between things that are opposing and mutually exclusive. This could be a dilemma that you need to think about carefully and make the best decision for your situation. A more personal lover's meaning that can apply to individuals is the development of your own personal belief systems regardless of what are the societal norms. And that's what I was feeling more than anything else. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you. We see this as a development from the Hierophant, who made the decrees of and passed on his knowledge through a standardized system. This is one of the times when you figure out what you are going to stand for and what your philosophy in life will truly be. Are you kidding me? Like, how can this make any more sense? You must start making up your mind about what you find important and unimportant in your life. You should be as true to yourself as you can be. So you will be genuine and authentic to the people around you. Like, absorb that. I'm giving this to you. Like, absorb that, because you are an amazing, beautiful person. Absorb that. Absorb that. Absorb that. Absorb that. For reals. Okay, next up. Like, that's, like, I want to just, like, oh. That just felt amazingly good and aligned. Those last two cards were, like, perfect. All right, let's see what we've got next. The Eight of Swords. I'm, like, totally taken aback by that last card. I really am. Like, that was amazing to me. That was so perfect. Eight of Swords. Oh, I got the wands. We need swords. The swords. Did I already say this? I don't know if I said this. So the wands is fire. The swords is air. So with air is about ambition and goals and dreams and communication. Okay, so that's air. The swords is air. You know, you ever hear the expression, the air is so thick I could cut it with a knife? Like, that's how you can remember this. So air, air, air. So the power of intellect, logic, truth, ambition, conflict, and communication. I guess that wasn't dreams. I thought that was the dream one. I feel like it's still about dreams too. It feels like it's about dreams to me, like ambitions. So there you go. All right, and we've got the 8. Where did it go? Here it is. So now let's just look at the card for a minute before I get into the reading. If you look at this card, you can see that this is a woman. Notice that she is blindfolded. She has a restraint around her arms, and you can't see her feet. Unbelievable. And she's got 3 swords on either side and the 2 crossing over in front of her. So this tells me that she is either trapped or positioned in such a way that she believes that she cannot move. But when you really look at this, it's an illusion. It's an illusion that you're stuck. Like, don't buy it, right? Right. Surrendering one's power to an unknown entity, whether it's fate or God, the government, or something else, means that you are giving away your personal responsibility to affect change. Like, I don't even know if I have to read any more than that. Like, what more do you need to know, right? So, your new skills, this is new skills, right? New skills. It's going to be about taking your power back. I'm just going to tell you. Understanding that the stuck feeling that you have is an illusion, it's a lie, and perhaps society's been telling it to you, and that's why you believe it, but when you get right down into the pit of who you are, which is the universe, you know that you're not stuck. You know that you're not stuck. Deep down inside, you're not stuck whatsoever. It feels like it, and I get that. Like, I understand that it can feel that way. Surrendering your power. Okay, let's see. I read that. You have willingly relinquished the driver's seat in the journey of your own life, and it isn't going well for you. It's advisable for you to avoid making an important decision at this time, since your judgment is likely clouded. Okay. The good news is that because these traps are things that we create ourselves, we can also leave them if we put our minds to it. It is simply a matter of taking off the blindfold and seeing beyond the limited perspective that we created to see the possibilities and recognize that you have your internal power. All right, so what was that? New skills? The new skills that I'm going to tell you need is to untie the blinders, get the restraints, toss them to the side, stretch, and come into your power and know that you are divine and worthy and everything you need you have. Like, once again, like, I can't stress that enough. Get quiet, get anchored in your soul, because you are 100% capable. You are not tied down. You are not trapped. It might feel that way, but you're not. There are things and ways that you can navigate through these limiting beliefs that you have to break through what's holding you back. And that felt really good too. That felt really good. Okay, next is rise up. Look at these wands. Look at that. Notice, so your next card, I kind of thought like rise up, and we have the sun in this picture. Again, the sun. We have these beautiful birds. There's 4 birds, and there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 arrows, which are wands in the shape of arrows. I've got to pull this up. I mean, with the idea that this card is representing your rise up. Oh, I passed it. Just a minute. Okay. All right. So wands, right away, like it's about like take action like right now. But first you want to get in tune, right? So don't forget that. The 8 of Wands is depicted as 8 flying staves that appear as if they are suspended in air. Perhaps important news will be coming on your way, and you may experience a sudden yet positive, steady growth. Sudden yet steady, positive growth. Yeah, that's what's happening. You're rising up to that right now. You're rising up to that right now. So your outcome of the Lovers, where you're going to reunify with yourself, is going to be followed with breaking free of those boundaries. And once you break free of any boundaries, you're just going to go like steady climb, steady climb. Like, I'm so not kidding. Like, this feels completely right. When it comes to love, the 8 of Wands meanings pertains to your readiness to be committed in a relationship. However, the card advises not to force anyone else to be ready for a commitment. Let's see. Forcing anything to happen results in a negative outcome. So take your time and be steady and slow. Let's see. Whatever is happening, it's more about just... So it says here, all things that you fought for are building in momentum. And I was just going to say, it's almost as if it's... Here's what I'm going to say. So we've got these cards here, right? So you're healing the Emperor, which means that you're taking your control back and your power back. Then you're drenched in this light, right? You have to review the whole tape to get the whole gist of it. Then we've got your wands here, okay, the world, your connection with all the things around you, the Hierophant, or Hierophant, which is finding the system, the order system, and the rule book that is you, like your own creed. The Lovers is about really unifying with yourself, and this is the outcome of all the work that you're doing right now. And then you've got your new skill set that you're going to have, which is breaking the bondage. And then the direction that you're going to rise and how you're going to rise. It's just going to be a steady climb after that. And now we have your final card, which is the token for the remainder of the year, which is death. And I think I told you a little bit about this already. The death really, really represents not a physical death and not anyone around you dying. So tarot cards are not omens, and anyone that uses them that way are really, that's just entertainment, okay? Like I'm using these cards to symbolize potentials in your life, and I really believe in them. I believe in them because I've seen amazing outcomes. Like, they are amazing. And do I put like 100% weight on it? No, but they have proven time and time again to be on point and on target with whatever the sitter is desiring. So it works in terms of what I've seen with my clients. All right, the death card signals that a major phase in your life is ending and a new one is going to start. Again, it's not physical. This is a conditional death. This is the death of conditions, the death of what's not serving you, the death of old limiting beliefs that's holding you back, that's keeping you bound, like in this other card, right? The death of being trapped, the death of the negative forces that weigh you down and bring you down. So there's where I'm going, okay? Let's see. The death card, let's see, another meaning is that you are going to go through a major change or transition that you may have been resisting. You need to let go of unhealthy attachments that you have in your life. This is important. Like itching over here, sorry. I get itchy when things really, really vibe or resonate, so I'm sorry. Like, this is an important part of life. So learning, death can also mean that you need to let go of unhealthy attachments that you have in your life. This is an important part of life. So learning to keep moving forward is one of the lessons that death teaches us, okay? I hope that makes sense for you. The death, let's see, it can be scary because you're unsure of, like, as with any sort or type of death, there is uncertainty around that, and you're not always shown what the next thing is or what the next step is, right? So it's almost like you're doing this blindly, right? With the death card, you're like moving forward blindly. But the truth is that you do already know deep within you what's happening and what's to come, and all you do already really know that. You just can't bring it up to your mind, and our egos say, no, show me, I need to know that something is going to be there to catch me. But your soul is saying, just let go. Trust me. I have you. You are protected. Just let go. And that's it. That's the end of your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonates with you. If you are available or open to it, I would be thrilled if you would connect with me and let me know how this, whether or not you can take this reading and whether or not it feels good to you. And my friend who this reading is intended for is who I'm talking to right now. If you want to write up a review about it, I will copy and paste it, and that way you don't have to reveal your name or anything if you're not comfortable revealing your name. So that's it. That's it for this time. I thank you so much to God, to the universe, all things through Christ who strengthens me. Even reading tarot cards is, for me, aligned with the consciousness of the Christ that I am. So I appreciate God's passion and power in using me for the good of all concerned as much as possible, right? Because I'm only human. So thanks be to God. Thank you to my sitter for the right and privilege to be part of her story. It means a lot to me. Thank you very, very much. And for all of you guys who might catch this video, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the way that I do tarot cards. Down in the comments, I'll put my website and my email address. If you are interested in getting a reading for yourself, reach out and I can get you my schedule of and my menu of prices and other items that I have available. So once again, thank you to my sitter. I really appreciate you and your willingness to share this video. Have an amazing day to everyone. Grand grace upon you. Until next time.